1, 2, 3, 4, 5 네가 걸어온다 심장이 또 쿵쿵 6, 7, 8, 9 네가 나를 본다 심장이 또 쿵쿵 아침부터 활짝 웃는 네가 보여.
My first ever makeup trial. And before I get started on the look I wanted to do today, I wanted to say a little bit about myself. Since this is my first video for this one, I wanted to just say a few things about me, and that's that I have been a vlogger off and on, not a YouTuber. YouTube still a little new to me, and I wanted to branch off and do other things as well as what I was already doing. And I've always loved makeup. I grew up around hair salons and nail salons, and so I've always loved doing makeup and different makeup styles. And I wanted to just, I don't know, felt like doing that myself. And I know that I don't have the typical look that many other girls on YouTube who do these kinds of things are. I'm definitely not, you know, a YouTube beauty by any means, but I really love doing makeup, and part of what I wanted to do with my makeup YouTube is to incorporate also like wellness and losing weight, so kind of document that for anybody else who could be going through that journey. I've had a very difficult year, and that's kind of what's making me want to do this. So I have babbled on enough, and I do not like the way I look without makeup on, so without further ado, I would like to do my look. Today's look is just kind of your standard average look. I'm the kind of person, I just kind of do my own thing. I kind of get ideas and then put my own twist on things. So I decided for my first video today was going to be just what I would consider my everyday look. And here's the key thing about makeup. If you're watching this to get some ideas, you need to think about what works for you as far as your skin color, your eyes, your hair color, and everything else. Different skin colors, different eye colors, different hairstyles, different looks colors are going to look a little different. So one thing you're going to see with me, because I have very pale skin and blue eyes, and well, my hair will probably be a few different colors when I do my videos, but you're going to see a lot of pinks and different pinks incorporated in most of my looks, because it's one of those colors that just pop for me. It makes everything just woo! So if you have a color of eyeshadow or lipstick, a shade, I should say, of lipstick or eyeshadow that really brings out your facial structures, then I would definitely recommend doing what all you can to incorporate different shades of that color. So I actually have different types of everyday looks, but today I just kind of thought I'd do an easy one, and it's what I would kind of say like a classic / neutral look combined. It's just one of those looks. I'm a mom with 3 kids, so it's just one of those looks I do when I just need to throw some makeup on real quick and run to the store or a doctor's appointment or wherever. And so this is that look. I start out with a liquid foundation as well as a powder foundation. I incorporate both. You don't have to incorporate both, but I do. If you're like me and you decide to incorporate both, do a liquid and a powder, make sure your liquid and your powder foundations match the same shade. So here I go with my liquid first. One other thing, Q-tips are like your best friend when you do makeup. So I am going to apply my foundation. Why do I look orange all of a sudden? That's weird. Must be the lighting. I need better lighting. Just, foundation is easy. Really, you just spread it around your face. You just want to make sure that you blend it in very well. Some people will use like a primer on their eyelids. For this look, I honestly just do this. I just put the foundation, both the liquid and the powder, on my eyelids. Because this is just like one of those really quick and easy kind of looks, you know, what my grandma would say, putting her face on. That's kind of one of those looks. So it's actually funny, like my friends and I have started to use the phrase, I have to put my face on. I never thought I'd ever say that. You know you're getting old when you say that. So, there is my liquid foundation. And then the powder foundation is about the same thing. You just get your little thingy and just look, and blend it in, and hey, this makes a good mirror. It's really, really orange. I need to fix that. I apologize if I look really orange. Trust me, you will not look orange as long as you match your skin tones right. I have one of these, like these little things that kind of comes with your powder. Well, most powder anyway. You can just kind of fold it up and just kind of dab a little. And you just kind of carefully place a little under your eye. That also helps to get rid of baggy eyes as well, if you're like me and you have kids. And the next thing I do is my blush. And I don't really have like a whole lot of different blush colors. I more have like a natural kind of blush and then a more pinkish blush. For this one, I decided to do my natural blush. It's like my mirror is dirty. I apologize, but it's like a natural pink, kind of like a very, very, very light pink. It's the best way to describe it. But again, you don't want to also do exactly what I'm doing if you have different colored skin. This is all about just kind of matching your natural skin tones. Some people think you should put here's the thing about blush, because there's a lot of people, and I'm going to use a different brush so I don't do what I'm saying not to do. A lot of women will actually do their blush here. That is not where you should do your blush. You should apply your blush right above your cheekbone, like right here. That is actually where your blush is supposed to go. I learned that from a professional, so that is actually certified. That is a certified professional makeup tip. And obviously you want to go to the other side, and kind of think it goes without saying, you want to make sure that you don't you match the colors. You don't want to get too light or too dark on the other side. So you just make your funny faces. It's really hard to talk while I'm doing this. That is my blush. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more. Just a little more. Blush is to kind of help bring out your cheekbones. I actually naturally have high cheekbones. I just have a fat face, so you can't see it very well. And the next thing I do after my blush is my eyeshadow. Now, I have eyeshadow in like every color, including sparkly eyeshadow. I mean, it just goes on and on. The ideas that you can have with my eyeshadow is amazing. But when it comes to like my everyday look, I go with the sets that are nude or natural. Like, I don't want to specifically give any names because there's actual products, there are actual companies who have names for it, so I'm just going to say nude colors is what I would recommend for this look that I'm doing. And for me, it's always like a nude pink, kind of a shiny pink actually. I actually do two. So this is, since there's no thing, this is the color I am using for my eyelid. This color right here. So I just take my brush. This is another one of the things you could also use Q-tips for. I actually have a video I want to make. I think I'm actually going to do next week about doing makeup on the run. I actually have spent a lot of my time in the hospital because of my oldest daughter. She's got some health problems right now, and I actually came up with this idea in the hospital about when you're in a rush, how to do makeup if you don't have everything with you. So that is something I think you could everyone could look forward to seeing. So I just apply a little bit of that onto my eye, and then I do my next eye. I always like to add whatever color I put on my eyelid. I will take my brush and I will hold it sideways, see, with this end sticking out, and then where you see my shadow is, I will take it and just lightly blot under my eye. That too helps kind of make your eyes look bigger, and also helps with any baggy eyes. I am going to put another color in the crease of my eye. This one is the one I'm going to do. I'll just take a Q-tip and just kind of, and then I'll just write on the crease like I would if it was a brush, a eyeshadow brush. I love the faces women make when they put makeup on. Make sure. Okay. And you want to kind of blend it in too. And there is my eyes. And you can kind of tell I need better lighting. But when I take my pictures, you'll be able to see it just fine. But you can still see a little bit of shininess in my eyes. So, my next step is going to be mascara. Very black is always my color. It's what I use. I have never used any other color mascara, and I probably never will use any other color mascara. So I'm going to do this side first. So I have just about done putting on my mascara, and one thing that I have not seen a whole lot is the real side to putting makeup on and making messes, because let's face it, when we put our makeup on, we get messes all over our face that we have to correct. And that is another thing that I use Q-tips for. So as you can see, I got mascara all over my eyelid. So what do you do? What do you do when you get that all over your eyelid? This is part of the reason I actually do not get waterproof mascara, because look, I'm a mess with my makeup. So I actually will, okay, I know this is going to look kind of gross, but it's what I do. I just kind of like this. And and that gets rid of the excess. Sometimes you have to do it more than once. Or you could, get a little cup of water and dip the Q-tip in the water. One thing you'll have to do afterwards, and this is an important step if you make a huge mess, some of the mess I made was actually on purpose and some of it wasn't, but you're going to want to make sure that you apply a little bit more of your foundation or primer if you prefer to put primer on your eyes, and you just kind of apply it back a little bit just on the spots where you kind of took it away. Just because you want to make sure everything is blended in and everything is blended in and equal on each side. So you don't want one side to be darker than the other. See? Can't even tell anything happened. I'm going to add a little bit more mascara just to kind of show you how to do mascara in case this happens to be your first time. But you just go over right under your eyelashes. Go in an upward form, and then you just put a little bit on your lower eyelid. Alright, now the next step I do with this look is a wing/cat eye. Now, there are many different ways that you can do this. You can do dramatic ones, you can do short ones, you can do ones all the way out to here. For this look, I just kind of do a very subtle one. So I'm going to do one eye, show you one eye, and then I'm going to do the other. That way you don't have to sit through both of them. you want to make sure for this look you're using black. And I always think it's easier to use the liquid eyeliner that is more like a brush than, I actually have another one I could have showed you, but I don't know if you can see it. This one is more like a softer brush than like some of the harder ones. To me, it's easier to kind of maintain a thinner line. And with this, you just kind of want to, go like this. You don't want to get too much color at once. And then you're going to, okay, I'm going to need a mirror for this as well. And then you're going to, okay, it's going to be hard to talk while I'm doing this because I don't want to move too much. But you're going to want to place it right above your eyelashes. Now, sometimes it's easier to do kind of like a polka dot, like a connect the dots thing. And then just kind of go over that way. So it just depends on the brush. These ones are a lot easier to just kind of go like that steadily. What I like to do is I like to do kind of like a outlining thing, like when you're coloring. I'd start off with a little bit of a line, and then I kind of add a little bit more out further up my eyelid, like this. I'm trying to get really close here. You can see how I'm doing this. And don't worry if it looks funny when you're starting it out. It's very easy to correct it. Okay, so there is the line. It's actually a little further than I normally would. It just kind of looks like that because I wanted to make sure you could see what I was doing. That's actually, I actually don't put that much on for this look, but it's still going to look really pretty. It's still a very pretty look though. Now, for the cat eye, or wing, or whatever you want to call it. For this one, I just do a little bit of a wing. And I just go right, I'm going to use both of these so I can see what I'm doing better. So you want to go right, alright, so when you're taking your line and you're going across your eyelid, you're going to stop right at the corner of your eyelid. And then kind of right where the bottom, see if you start at the bottom where your corner of your eye is, and you just go up from there, that's where you start making your wing. So that is the cat eye for that. I'm going to go ahead and do this side the same way I did that side. So kind of run a brush through my hair real quick, even though I already did that, but that's a part of, getting ready for the day, is doing your hair. For this kind of look, I just kind of brush my hair and make it look nice. And that is this everyday look. So thank you for watching, and tune in next time because I actually have a very special one, and it's actually going to be Castlevania inspired makeup, so please be looking out for that. Here is a close-up of my makeup, all finished. So here are also some pictures